Okay, welcome, Sarah. How are you?
I'm okay. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, pleasure. So, what are we doing today? We have Sarah from ICN. We're just gonna have a quick chat about what you guys are doing. We're here in Dubai at Token 2049. So we took advantage of this gathering to just catch up, see what you guys are up to, and see what's next.
That's great because we do have some exciting things to work with IoTeX, right? I
Yeah,
think makes sense to have this conversation.
yeah, nice. So let's maybe start with some context, right? So who are you? What is ICN? What you guys are up to? And yeah, let's maybe start with that, and then we move forward.
Okay, cool. So Sara here, born and raised in Portugal. I've been working in the crypto space for the last 6 years by now. Back in the days, I created my own startup in Lisbon, very focused on NFTs and tokens for premium brands. But since 1 year, I just embrace this ICN project, right? So we are trying to build this fully open and decentralized cloud. And talking a little bit more about ICN. So basically, we are building this protocol that connects different hardware providers, meaning data centers across the globe, with different service providers, meaning every type of company that provides cloud storage solutions to business and enterprise clients. And actually, our story is very funny, and this is one of the main reasons why I decided to join the project, because our founder, Kai, he was a creator and builder of Good Game Studio. I don't know if you are familiar with that startup, but basically they started from scratch and then they were able to, to evolve and to grow the company to generating more than $1 billion in revenue, managing more than 1,000 employees. And back in the day, since he was working very closely with the gaming industry, he relied a lot on AWS, Google Cloud, all the giants, right, as we know. And so during that time, he clearly identified that he wants to be a key contributor when it comes building this open cloud, if there's any space for that, and we truly believe there is a space for that in the industry. But he identified that, of course, he wants to be included in this chapter. So for that reason, 3 years ago, he created his own storage company in Germany because he identified it very well that in order to make crypto great or even go towards a mass adoption, we need to start with a demand first approach, right? And I'm guessing we all see these amazing crypto projects out there, but then they lack one very important thing, that is actual demand.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So we created our own storage company in Germany, located in Hamburg, and right now, I mean, over the last 3 years, we're able to grow our portfolio in terms of clients. And currently, we are providing on a daily basis storage capacity to more than 1,000 customers in the Web2 world. And so for that reason, IC, that is our Web2 company, is going to be one of the first service providers that is going to be released with our protocol. That is going to be released very soon. And we're going to start focusing on storage only because we want to make sure that once we go live, all these business and enterprise clients, they don't tell the difference if they are using Web 2 or Web 3 technology.
Makes
So
total sense.
the performance will be there, the level of quality will be there, but of course in a decentralized layer, thanks to our node operators. And going back to the protocol architecture, so basically we have hardware providers, we have service providers, and then in the middle we have our hypernodes, that is like a fancy term for our node operators. And basically they will be in charge of validating, managing the security, like the performance, and literally the entire behavior between the hardware and the service provider that, of course, contributes to the entire decentralization.
And so I guess the deepen model or the reward, the incentivization is in this sort of like middle hypernode layer.
Correct. So we are going to release our token once we go into the mainnet for sure.
We don't want to know when. It's okay.
Yes, I wish I could say that. But yeah, basically our token ICNT is going to be released very soon and is going to rule the entire economy of the platform. And of course, this is for the node operators, but also for the hardware and service providers, because they also need to follow certain rules and standards. Like if they follow that, they will get rewarded. And of course, if they don't deliver, they will also get some penalties. So.
Oh, okay, cool. And so you were saying that the Web2 storage company that's based in Germany will be basically the first software
Yeah.
client of the protocol, which will then leverage the hardware
That's correct. The first of many, actually, because we want to make sure that until the end of this year, we expand because, of course, as you know, cloud has different layers, right, in different dimensions. And we want to make sure that we address storage in a very efficient way. But then after that, we are willing and we should definitely explore GPU, computing, AI, gaming. And that's why we are testing a few things with some partners, but that's definitely in the pipeline. So we want to make sure that the protocol continues to expand. And actually, we started by saying we want to decentralize the cloud, but it's even more than that. So actually, we are reaching a point where ICN wants to be positioned as this project that helps to decentralize the internet, even the way that we interact, with digital files, with the way that we keep our storage, our data. So we want not to be only associated with cloud, but like in a more generic sense, like the entire internet and the way that we interact with it.
I mean, it kind of makes sense. So basically, let's say in the near future, then any project that wants to basically provide a service, a software-based service, can basically leverage ICN to have the resources to do so.
Definitely.
Be it computing, be it storage, be it whatever, cross-communication or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's super cool. Very nice. So, okay, so that gives a little bit of context.
Yes.
Now, what have we been up to with the IoTeX ecosystem? What's been going on?
Okay, so actually, I've been working with IoTeX for quite some time now. Of course, we always try to collaborate with the biggest deep-in players in the field, and we can honestly say that IoTeX is a big one, right?
One of the OGs,
yes,
for sure.
That's for sure. So actually, when it comes to collaboration, we've been talking about multiple things, mostly on the marketing/community angle, like with all these events, content production, all around this. But then I think the timing is just right, and we are going to release a very exciting thing with you and your team. It's going to be this first AI agent. So I don't know if you are aware, but maybe we can show afterwards, is that every node holder, and we launched our nodes in December last year, and we sold close to 29K nodes worldwide, and we generated 13 million. And we try to reward this community, and just to improve this digital identity or association to ICN as a brand and as a project that they want to invest in the long term. So for that reason, we create our own PFP collection. It's kind of cool, like it's this nodey, like this hypersphere nodey that explores the dimensions of the cloud and the internet. And for that reason, we are bringing Nodi to life with IoTeX. So we are turning Nodi into this AI agent that is there is there to support any type of questions that user may have regarding the cloud itself, all the different details, also regarding ICN, regarding ICNT, all the exchanges, literally just to be there as a supporter for everyone that wants to understand more about ICN.
Awesome. I mean, it's one more friend for Bino AI and for Kyla, which is the other agent that has been using the IoTeX framework for Nubila, and so now you guys, that's awesome. New friend in the agent swarm. Yeah,
and the reason why we are doing this is because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I was been working in crypto for quite some time, but very crypto, like tokens, blockchain, right? So nothing really related to cloud. And it's quite complex when you try to explain this to like a crypto enthusiast, or an NFT enthusiast, because usually they don't understand how to run a node, how can I stake a node, all these type of things. So having Nodi in a very informal language, because some of the times, even if you try to research about this, all these guys that go on stage, they are very technical, and then you don't understand the thing of what they are saying. So kind of like Nodi is going to be like this friend, as you mentioned, that is just there to simplify things.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I mean, it's also good for scaling, for like educational purposes, for like mass adoption purposes. It's good that like, with all the content that we've created over the past months or year, it's always good on the educational side, but now it's good that people can just access and ask questions and do whatever they want. We actually had the first AMA with our Bino AI, so one of the agents created on the IoTeX Quicksilver framework. And yeah, it was pretty fun. It was just like me, one of my teammates, and the agent, and we just had a quick like half an hour conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty fun. So I hope that Nodi can do the same for your community.
Nodi has like a very cool personality, not gonna lie. So we are trying to build Nodi that is also taking some traits out of our team in general. So you have a little bit of Germans and you have a little bit of Portuguese. So trying to give Nodi a personality.
Oh, yeah, that's super cool. Nice. Yeah, we've been really trying to basically, I don't know, I was thinking maybe like dropping an IoTeX plug here, but we've been trying to really create this agentic swarms, basically. So a swarm is essentially a group of agents that do collaborate on some task or project or whatever it is that the task is. And I find it pretty interesting. So we created this Quicksilver framework, which is open source. So any developer out there can actually participate. And the whole idea is to give projects the possibility to then create their own agents based obviously on their own data, their own personality, like you were saying. And on top of that, there are all these tools that they can integrate, such as like, DeFi Llama or like the Masari reports or the Deepin Ninja or some of these other tools that can give the agent sort of like eyes and ears and into the crypto space, and at the same time also connect with sensors. So also attached to like his sensory organs, so that these agents can basically know the very specific granular data that maybe can come from other Deepin projects, connected maybe with the knowledge that they have from your agent, and so eventually build this like, can you call it like world intelligence somehow, which I think is really cool. And then what that can do afterwards, I mean, possibilities are endless. So yeah, it's been a pretty exciting journey. So
you are totally right. I think when it comes of like shilling projects, and thinking about ourselves as competitors, I honestly think that's the wrong approach, because we are all here for the same mission, right? Even though sometimes it is a little difficult to see some synergies, but still we are all working together to build this united front when it comes to challenge the centralized corporations. And for that reason, when someone asks us, okay, who is the biggest competitor of ICN in the Web3 space? Of course, there is some similar projects, not going to lie. So building this open cloud is not something completely new, but it's something that really needs to be updated and really needs to work, right, in order to go into the mass adoption. And so for that reason, we see at ICN that we're always open for collaborations and integrations into our protocol, because that's the only way that we are actually going to be able, to make a difference and literally shake a little bit the foundations of AWS, Google Cloud, and all the other giants out there. And for that reason, even like with IoTeX and ICN, I think makes a ton of sense, right? And this is just the beginning for something more, right? So that we can develop and explore other dimensions and other opportunities. So we always need to start with something.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I mean, one thing about Web3 that I think is super cool in general as like a community, the first question is always, okay, what are you doing? What's the project? And then right immediately after, how can we collaborate?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, sometimes it works. Sometimes it's just really difficult, like you're saying. But when it works, it's just magic. So, yeah, I'm glad that, we had a few minutes to chat about this. I'm looking forward to all the stuff that you've been mentioning, to obviously ICN success, the agent, and all these kind of things. And what's going to be, I don't know, 1 or 2 sentences about what's after that, maybe 2026 and onwards. What are you most looking forward to?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. Definitely the priority is going to be to continue to expand the protocol. Like, for instance, right now, once we are going to launch, we have hardware providers across US and Europe. So definitely this is in our pipeline to make sure that we onboard more hardware providers from Asia, even Africa, South America. So because that's where really relies decentralization, right? Because then we'll be a scam to just focus on some hardware providers and not really try to expand our protocol in that direction. So definitely that's in our pipeline. Of course, that takes time because there's a lot of contracts, a lot of agreements that needs to be in place. Because when you work directly with corporations, it's quite tricky if you try to introduce crypto. I mean, you know all about that, right? But definitely the network expansion, that's the key priority. And then also we want to make sure that we try to attract a more builders community eventually so that they can also build on top of ICN as we grow. So this is also one of our key priorities for the future, and also to expand our nodes network. I think that's basically it. I mean, what we are going to do is that We are going to release our product in May, like the V1 for our node operators, for them to be able to start staking their nodes. And then once the token is out and the mainnet is out, literally they can start interacting with the real world, generating real impact.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Looking forward to a lot of stuff.
Yes.
All right. Thanks for doing this, Sara. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
See
It
you
was a
next time.
pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.